stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The following broadcast is an official production of the Faulkner Sports Network.
All right, so you see, usually, nice
Right,
with the stage
out.
spike. Oh my gosh, such low damage.
Cover that up, dude.
Absolutely.
Nice jabs there. Oh, that was.
So now Pikachu really having more of his way with Jigglypuff here.
Very nearly a knockout.
Oh,
There it is.
Dragged down
folks.
into critical with Thunder. Yeah. All right, so nice with the down
Amazing.
spike.
Because if I'm in that position as the young one, I literally just stand there.
Yeah.
Gets him with the Thundogga. Nice.
Oh, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Oh, come on.
Oh, well, there we go. There we go.
Man, neutral me with 2 kills on that one.
They're both literally at 150.
Nice. Yes.
Great job. That you're seeing because that hero is so
Oh, nice.
Good reflect.
that she's not as heavy as
Link is actually one of the
Nice.
Nice
Good read
potato.
there.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Regitar USA High Res Arena here at Faulkner University. We are here for the Big Smash Bros match tonight against the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I'm head coach Caleb Colquitt.
Well, my name's Brandon. Sorry, I gotta say that was a mouthful that you had right there, just saying
Yes, it
that whole
was.
name.
Yeah, it was. But Super Dish is here with us this evening, so we're glad to have him. And, of course, we're going to be getting into the action here in just a second. Before we do, let's go ahead and introduce our team. So let's go ahead and take a look inside the Skyloft powered by Regitar USA. First off, we've got Josh Chalchi over there, Moniker. You can see him over there on the couch. We've got right beside him, we've got Seth Dawson, the captain, that's Skerge, and then slightly over to the left over there, you can see we've got Darrien Rogan, or Dman, and then right behind him is Jahonen, John Tracy. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the action here in a second. The other team is getting ready to face off against the Eagles. But before we do, I want to tell you about one of our fantastic sponsors.
Oh, boy.
We actually, because we didn't have that broadcast on Monday, we want to talk to you to now. Normally, they're the Rocket League sponsor, but for tonight, Shane's Rib Shack is sponsoring Smash Bros.
I'm just excited about it because having them added to our roster, I think Shane's Rib Shack is a good choice. It's somewhere local. It's somewhere that maybe not a lot of people have heard about, but it really needs to be heard about more. Especially with their app too. Especially getting because I just got the app recently, and it's got 4.8 stars out of 5. How many times do you see that out of a mobile app
Almost
for a
nowhere,
restaurant?
especially for a restaurant.
You don't see that.
And the reason is, I think, is because you get a free sandwich when you sign up for the app.
It is perfect.
So I
It's
love it.
beautiful.
I actually cashed mine in because we ate there one time, and then I signed up for the app. I was like, ooh, free sandwich. So I went back again the next week. And have you had the pulled pork melt? Like it's like a grilled cheese and a barbecue sandwich in one.
I've had it in the past, but those were really good.
Oh, so tasty.
Yeah.
And then I had the Shaniac burger too. That was fantastic. Of course, they're famous for their ribs, but they've got some of the best sides in town. Like their mac and cheese is top notch.
Yeah, don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty whenever you get in there because they know what they're serving.
Hey, but you know, they're a rib place, so they're fine with that. They have like wipes and napkins and everything.
Oh, yeah, they've got that.
Maybe not a first date food, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. If a girl wants to go for ribs on the first date, that may be the one you want to marry.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
So, but yeah, so Shane's Rib Shack, they're only 2 miles down Atlanta Highway. They're only 2 miles from campus.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in getting some fantastic barbecue, lunch or dinner, be sure to check them out. Shane's Rib Shack, and download the Shane's Rib Shack app. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and jump into the action here in just a second. It looks like the teams are ready to roll. And first off, it looks like, because we can see the chat here, which is, we're kind of cheating a little bit.
Nah, it's fine.
But we actually have Josh is going to be going up first, which explains why he was the only one sitting on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
So Josh is jumping in first, and it looks like they're going to be doing Pokemon Stadium 2.
PS2.
So, yeah, and I don't know who Josh is going to be playing tonight. He typically plays Rob.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if he's going to be going Rob tonight.
What if he's going to be playing the...
Oh, and he is going Rob. Okay.
Okay, just regular Rob.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yes. Default skin Rob.
You know, it's funny because we haven't had a Rob main in a while. We've had several players on this. Oh, it's a Rob versus Rob.
What's better than one Rob? Two Robs.
You ask any 7-year-old boy, it's like, what's better than a robot? Two robots.
Two robots. It's Rob Mania here.
It's we've got regular default skin Rob versus red arm Rob.
Yeah. Let's see who robs the match here.
For sure. Robotic operating buddies. All right, so here we go. So reminder to our audience, this is a crew battle, which means that each team gets 12 stocks and you have to exhaust the other team's stocks before you. So if you have a stock left over at the end of the match, you get to carry that over to the next one. So really quickly here, we're getting some shield pressuring from Moniker, but Noodle doing a good job of keeping him off center. Josh with the recovery and trying to pressure with laser. He's actually playing a little bit more of a distance Rob here, keeping his distance, trying to stay back, play the range game a little bit.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's going to hit him with gyro. So going to recover here. Man, that Rob recovery is just so good. Oh, and up A, the scourge of all Robs.
Everyone knows what it's like. Everyone knows what it feels like too. So, oh goodness, very aggressive Rob.
Wow.
Trying to go ahead and get him the kill early. Just take him down there with you.
And
oh no,
man, the stage spike backfires. You hate to see that. So now Faulkner down by 2 stocks. It would be really big if Josh could mount a comeback here and at least take a couple stocks off of him.
Yeah.
Be super helpful for his team. All right, looks like they're playing my gyro versus your gyro here.
He just needs to, calm down a little bit, get his bearings back in. He's only got 1 stock left. Just hopefully he can be able to take it away from here.
Yep. And, obviously with the damage advantage, but not by much. Oh, man, and gets the side B. That Rob side B is so nasty.
Yeah.
It's one of the safest moves in the game. It does a lot of damage, has a lot of range. And you can see the... Illinois just really able to take advantage of that there.
Oh yeah.
So unfortunately Faulkner falls by 3 stocks and not able to take a stock off of Illinois. So we're gonna have to throw somebody else in here.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Most of the times I play Sora a lot now.
Right.
But a lot of times I don't ever find myself fighting the same character.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I think a lot of people don't think about fighting their own character, how to counter your own self, how to play against your own self.
Yeah, the Ditto matches are difficult.
Yeah.
Because you know how you think and you know how you fight, but you don't know if they play your character the same way, and sometimes you actually tend to specifically counter your character.
Yeah.
In that way. So it looks like they're they've decided to ban Battlefield, Smashville, and Final Destination.
Yep.
So I don't know who they're going to go with here. Oh, it looks like it's Jahonen, and he's playing Ridley. I should have
boy.
guessed that based on the fact that he picked, because nobody would have picked Ridley other than Jahonen.
No.
But Jahonen, a very exciting new player, probably the most skilled in the freshman class. So we're going to see.
Absolutely.
I think that they wanted to put him in. Now, Rob is not Ridley's best matchup, but Jahonen does very well against him because he has so much practice against Rob.
So much experience.
So we're going to. It looks like they're debating over which stage right now.
Yeah.
So I believe, if I heard correctly, Jahonen is picking. Oh, yep, it just popped up on the chat. Town and City. So
Oh, man.
we're going to
Okay.
see a match with Town and City.
What
here.
a non-chaotic place to have a stage and some chaotic characters to have within it.
So, Town and City is, like, from a technical level, by far Ridley's best place to have a match right now.
Yeah.
It's because of the size of the platforms are much larger, and Ridley being a larger character, he has a little bit more room to move around in.
A lot more support.
And one of the biggest issues with Ridley is that he's such a big target.
Yeah.
But if you have wider platforms, that means that, like, for example, on Pokemon Stadium 2, if Ridley's standing on platform, there's nowhere on that platform he will not get hit by most understage attacks. Because it's such a tiny platform, he basically fills the whole thing up. And so Town and City gives him a little bit of an advantage there. We'll see if this Rob is able to do that. So there's not going to be any taunting on this one, since Rob didn't lose any stocks. So we're just going to get right into the action. I mean, they'll probably taunt just out of habit. But,
Yeah.
or not. Okay, so
I say Jones trying to figure him out already.
right. Very aggressive opening gambit by Rob. And already Ridley, so the thing about Ridley is he needs to do exactly what Jahonen was doing right there, which is to just chain combos together left and right, because Ridley gets at disadvantage very easy. And so because of that, he really needs to be able to be in control of the match the whole time. It's very important for a Ridley player. And John struggling a little bit against him here.
Interesting to see that.
And uses gyro and is able to get back to ledge. Excellent. Able to attack and get recover at the same time. And uses his tail spike, neutral air.
I love his neutral
Oh, and
air.
uses
It
the
just
gyro
covers
against
so
him,
much.
actually.
Oh,
Stage spike. Atta boy.
you'd love to see that.
For sure.
Now he's just playing near the edge. Oh,
But answers immediately. So now
a little bit of a reset almost.
Faulkner down to 8. So can Jahonen do something with that? Not able to mount an effective ledge guard there. Was waiting for him, and I think trying to surprise him, but not able to take advantage of it. Gets him in neutral air, not able to turn that into a combo. Rob using his own neutral air.
This Rob has turned into a zoning Rob
Uh-huh.
really fast.
It's interesting to see how quickly he's adapted to that, because you remember he was very aggressive in the first
Oh,
one.
yes. Oh, no.
no. Just a missed input there by Jahonen. All right. Ridley able to fend him off a little bit. Good shielding by Rob. So one thing we haven't seen Jahonen get a chance to do as much is he's really a fan of that Rob side B command grab, and unfortunately he hasn't been able to use it much in this round. I think that's hurt his pattern of play a little bit.
Yeah. I've noticed he likes to do that a lot more, but I don't think he's getting given the opportunity a lot right now.
Yeah, this Rob is just really good.
Oh, he even tried to take him out. I wonder if he tried to bait him down there with him.
I was wondering if that's what he was doing. Maybe that was why Jahonen didn't go after him. Kind of saw that was a baiting tactic. Oh man, should have punished there.
Yep.
And Rob with the up throw and up A. Yep. Just a bread and butter Rob combo.
Yeah.
Winds up doing Jahonen in. Really unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Maybe we more than hopefully probably need to actually get a counter pick on this one here.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the best option is.
Yeah.
I do know that Samus would be able to do okay against Rob, but the thing is, Rob.
So many projectiles.
Yeah, Rob has a lot of zoning options too, so that may be more of a lateral pick.
Yeah.
The other options that we have here tonight would be Darrien, and honestly, I would probably go with him right now.
Yeah.
Just because he tends to main pit.
Yeah, it's a lot more speed that you have to counter against, and a lot more of a different type of attack that chains each other. And his only projectile really is his bow and arrow, and he has a deflect as well. So I mean, that's the closest thing you're gonna get to it. I think the most kind of way you're gonna be able to get against Rob is just your speed.
Probably so. Speed does tend to work better as a Rob counter, and the main thing is you have to figure out a way to stop that zoning game and have speed at the same time. So that really gives you two options. You can either figure out a way to dodge around it, or you have to figure out a way to negate it and actually make them scared to do that.
Yeah.
And because Pitt has an excellent reflecting option in Orbitars.
Oh, absolutely.
He can do that to where that Rob has to think twice about whether he really wants to use a projectile there or not. I think Pitt's a good decision, but I do think that like Samus could definitely do some damage here as well. So we'll just have to see how the Eagles decide to play this.
Oh yeah.
They have banned the same. It looks like they have banned Battlefield, Smashville, and they have not banned Final Destination. This time they ban SBF. So. They're sending in. Yep, they are going to be sending in Dman. So we're going to see some pit gameplay.
Let's go.
Good stuff.
That's what we need right now.
You know, I used to main pit back in the Brawl days, but
Yeah.
they changed him so much. He's like a completely different character now. In some ways, he's better. Like Orbitars is a excellent move that he didn't have in Brawl. But I don't know. They changed him enough to where I couldn't main pit effectively.
He wasn't the person you remembered.
No.
He's
at
least
he's changed.
He doesn't know how to read still. So
yeah, that's true. That is one thing that didn't change about him. He's still never learned how to read.
Yep.
But here we go. All right, about to get into the match.
Oh boy.
All right, so this game can be very swingy. So you could definitely see Faulkner just kind of go on a tear here, and I've definitely seen. Yeah, all right, so just
a little excited.
Shooting an arrow harmlessly into the side.
Yeah.
All right, and the Angel T-pose taunt for D-Man. All right, so a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of dodge and shield play going on here, but looks like, both of these characters are excellent at the aerial game. Ooh, D-Man, good use of the Orbitars to push him off of him. Not a great counter to shield. Like, I would have loved to have seen him come in there and maybe grabbed.
Yeah.
Or done something that put more shield pressure on. A lot of those little tacky moves that Pitt has as his jabs don't do a whole lot to shield. And that same down grab and then up a combo that can get so frustrating when you're playing a... Oh no, gets pine cone. Good gracious. That's a rough way to get KO'd.
Yeah.
All right, good use of Pit neutral air. And not able to get a safe ledge recovery there. So Noodle really pushing hard for... Oh, and uses the reflect. Good use of the Orbitars there. All right, back air. And good use of the side B, but he wasn't quite at kill damage. Definitely would be now, but the thing is he might be expecting it. And uses the side air. Ah, man. Pitt not able to take off a single stock.
Yep.
So now it all comes down to the captain.
Oh, boy.
Boy, this is an excellent Rob player. Been able to be able to do a lot with Rob and do so in very effective fashion. Rob is just excellent at aerials, and one thing that I've noticed about this Rob in particular, what you'll watch a lot of Robs do that are really good is that they're excellent jugglers, and he's definitely done some of that. But what I've noticed about it so far is less his juggling and more of his like side of the stage.
Yeah.
He's been very good at that, been very good at the use of Rob's side B, very good at the use of forward air and nair. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's definitely got some KOs juggling or using throws, but the majority of his KOs and the more impressive ones have been his offstage game on the sides.
Yeah, a lot of I think he's taken a lot of practice to try to get the early kills. As you can see there, just evident with Pitt.
Right.
Whenever he got him with only like 61 damage with using his side B.
Yeah, that
it's
was
so dangerous. You cannot run into those side Bs. And I honestly thought Pitt's side B would be able to counter his, but clearly it didn't.
Well, I think it probably can, but here's the thing you have to keep in mind. First of all, Pitt's side B count or reflect actually lasts a little shorter than Rob's side B.
Yeah.
So that makes it not quite as safe, and the lag damage both at the beginning and at the end is much longer. So while it's true that Pitt's side B is very similar to Rob's in several ways, the thing that's important to remember is that it's riskier in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like it's actually stronger, but it's riskier.
Yeah.
And so because of that, you know, you weren't. All right, so it looks like the match is about to start. We're going to get some Samus versus Rob action here.
Oh, boy.
Robot versus lady that looks like a robot.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yep, just
All
wait
right, so
and
that's
take
going to
his
be
stuff.
one. And they taunt. All right, so... Oh, man, good use of screw attack there. Took the Rob completely by surprise. And side B. All right, good use. Traps him with the bomb, then throw, then into forward air. Excellent combo by the captain. Another forward air. And another. Goes for the triple. Wall jumps. Almost catches him right there. Forward air again. Whoa! And the captain showing out there. Excellent spike. Forward air. Screw attack. Oh, catches him off the side with gyro. And uses screw attack to recover and catches the Rob by surprise. Rob using forward air there. Man, this Rob's ledge game is very good. Oh, and gets the KO with up air. So one thing that you'll notice about this Rob is that Seth really likes to hang and sort of bide his time on the side of ledge, but this Rob is very good at getting those moves that can attack you even while holding on to ledge.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something that's been a little bit of a problem for him. Oh, and catches him with up air. Both of these...
He tried to grab the side.
Oh, yeah, missed it.
It seems like he has a little bit of a problem with that in Kalos.
Yeah, Kalos is not Seth's favorite stage. It's definitely not one of the bad ones. Oh, gets a good spike there, but unfortunately Rob has that pesky perfect recovery.
Oh, he tried to grab stage again.
Well, there you go. Unfortunately, Faulkner loses round one. Now remember, this is a best of 3.
Yeah.
So Faulkner still has a chance to come back. If they can win the next 2 in a row, they definitely can win this one.
Yeah.
But a tough loss for the Eagles tonight.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to reevaluate, especially with what they've seen, because there's players that they haven't even faced up against.
Well, and that's actually the biggest disadvantage, in my opinion, and one of the reasons I'm not personally a fan of the crew battle format.
Yeah.
Is that you can have one player just. I mean, I'm guessing the rest of their team is good.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that. But the truth is, they could just be 3 warm bodies that have never picked up a controller in their life.
Yeah.
If they're main. I'm not saying that that's what they are.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that's like a possibility. And also, we have absolutely no ability to know what else we're going up against because we've only seen one of their players.
Yeah. It's only a mystery.
Yep. So
Kind of like a Pokemon battle, if you think about it.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest advantages of being able to get deep into the other team's roster and taking a lot of stocks is that
Oh, yeah.
you kind of know what's happening. So this is definitely a winnable match for Faulkner. Like they can win the next two, but they're going to be facing a lot of unknown in the second round, despite the fact that they've already been through one of the sets.
It's gonna be a little scary, but I think they could have what it takes to pull it off. We have a lot of new players this year, and I think a lot of them need to get acclimated into the setting. I think a lot of them are nervous right now.
I think you could chalk it up to nerves and also the fact that the lag takes some adjusting and getting used to. I mean, keep in mind, this is a very young team. We only have one player on Blue Team this year that is not a freshman, which, I mean, to me is a testament to how good the freshman class is. Yeah. But it also means that despite the fact that they're really good, they also were not quite as experienced as some of the older players, veterans like you. Yeah. So, that, as you could attest to, it takes a lot of getting used to.
It really does. It really, you get nervous in your first match that you have, and you don't know what you're doing. You almost feel like you don't know what you're doing, but after you do it for a little bit, you get used to having the camera over you and everything gets a little bit easier.
But one of my sports heroes, Bobby Cox, who was the manager for the Braves for decades. Yeah. One of the things that he did was whenever he had a pitcher from the minors come up to the majors, he pitched them that night. Like, that was his policy. He always wanted to, I mean, he couldn't always do it, but if a situation arose to where he could throw in a pitcher, he wanted a pitcher to get called up and play in his first game. And his philosophy on that was, I want them to get those jitters and nerves out as soon as possible. Hoping that that's kind of what we're going to be doing here tonight as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think Faulkner can win it. I still expect them to have a good showing in the second round now that they have calmed down a little bit, and I'm hoping that they kind of settle in and find themselves. Yeah. But at the same time, I would say the most important thing about this match is that the team gets their first match out of the way for these three freshman players that have never done it before. They kind of settle in, they get to know what it looks like, and then the next matches will be a lot easier because of that. They'll never. I tell them. I tell every team after they go through their first game. You remember this when I told this is like, look, guys, this means you'll never have to have your first game again. Yep. And so, because of that, the experience that is gained through that is extremely important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very important lesson, especially for what I've learned in here, especially as well. Yeah, you just got to get through the ropes.
That's it. It's a lot of, just like any other sport, a lot of this sport is just paying your dues and having to take your lumps early on. But, hard work pays off.
It does.
And these are very talented players, very promising players. I told them at the beginning of the year, I expect out of all the games that we're playing, there's a lot of good things to like about a lot of the teams. I think League of Legends is a very talented team, top to bottom. I think that they're set up for success. I think that the Rocket League team has, and you would know being the captain, I'm very excited about the Rocket League team. I think this is the best chance we've had to do really well since our last team left last season. Yeah. And with Smash Bros, I said Smash Bros, in my opinion, has the best upward momentum of every team this year. Like, I expect to see more improvement out of Smash Bros than any other team this year because of the level of talent we've had come in to this class. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. It looks like they have already set the bands, and they're going to be sending in Ice Climbers, and we're going to be sending in Moniker. This time not playing Rob. He's actually going to be Little Mac.
Interesting. Wow.
Which, that's an interesting strategy. Maybe they're thinking because they have a Rob that is so good that maybe they don't want to play Rob because the other people might know the match really well. Yeah. Which makes sense. Like, a lot of our guys do better against Samus because they get to play a really good Samus all the time. Oh, yeah. Or a really good Ridley. And so sometimes throwing in something they're not expecting might be the smart move. So it looks like they've banned Town and Country, Battlefield, and Pokemon Stadium. So they are going to be playing Smashville.
All right.
2, 1, go!
All right, and going with the wireframe. And the taunts are in. Good. And a couple of early blows here by Little Mac.
One of my favorite Smash Brothers players. His name is Peanut. And
Peanut.
Yes, Peanut plays Little Mac really well, and I very much enjoy watching his gameplay.
It's interesting because Little Mac is the epitome of the one-trick pony. Like, he really only does one thing, but he does that one thing so well.
Oh, got the KO ready.
Yes!
Take away Nan. Now you
And-
only got one to deal with. And
All
look
right.
at there.
Faulkner with a early lead. They draw first blood.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, the belay.
Almost.
Gets the belay at the last second.
Yeah.
Excellent recovery.
That was almost slightly concerning.
A little bit.
Ooh.
Little Mac gets frozen. Going to take a little damage here. Little Mac at high damage. Can Moniker figure a way out of this?
Oh
Does
no, he
grab
only
and jab?
grabbed. Oh, he grabbed the wrong one.
That's the thing that's so frustrating about ice climbers is if you just position yourself wrong and accidentally get Nana instead of Popo, then they can counter even while you've got them in grab or got them in pressure.
You don't want them to grab you either. So.
No, for sure. Gotta be honest, I don't know how Moniker's pulling this off because I'm having a hard time even seeing wireframe Little Mac on the stage.
Yeah. The name tag is saving. Oh, I can't even see it right now. Yeah, that is a little hard to see. Oh, accidentally used his KO.
Oh, and a little quick hammer blow. Oh no!
Oh, he hit him from the bottom.
He did hit him from the bottom.
He left him with a thank you message before he went.
He was like, I may be going down, but I'm going to tack on a little damage here before I do.
Little counter right there.
All right, now he's got him. Well, wasn't able to take advantage of that very punishable setup. Oh, wow. Come on, Little Mac.
Oh, no.
Not able to get it. That's the problem with Little Mac. Just real hard time recovering.
Yeah.
And I have to say this. I think that this is probably a factor. I can't get into Moniker's brain. I don't know how this works, but I would not want to face even just a mediocre ice climber player. I'm not saying they are mediocre. I'm just saying I would not want to face even a mediocre ice climber player because I see so few competitive ice climber players. I'm just not used to the pattern.
It's a little scary when you'll see one come across and you're like, are you the one? Are you the ice climber?
It's funny, too, because what we just saw there was a matchup between two characters that are very much out of the...
Yeah.
Like, you don't see a lot of competitive Little Mac players, and you do not see a lot of competitive ice climber players.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny that we were seeing two different characters, very, very different in play style, yet neither one of them are really considered in the meta tier right now. I think they're both considered B tier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But if I say Little Mac is put all about a good ways down there, but a lot of people have learned him very well.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing you kind of specialize in a character that's not considered one of the better ones.
Yeah.
But you know, if you've played him before too, you know Josh is a fairly solid Little Mac.
He very much is.
Little Mac does do better against characters that are much more direct, and Ice Climber is a tough matchup for him.
It really is. I guess a lot of that was probably unexpected too, but I bet you he's probably thinking to himself that he's probably going against Rob again. So that probably was their counter pick to probably think of at least something different out of the meta, and it probably would have thrown everybody off.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You have to kind of guesstimate at what the other team's strategy is going to be.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've played teams before to where if they have one player that just has a really good opening round against us in the first one, then they'll just stay with that character. But then there are some teams that have done the exact opposite, and they'll switch it up intentionally and just have whoever did really well against us as their anchor. So now we've actually got Ridley, Jahonen going up against Ice Climbers. I am actually very surprised they chose to go with Jahonen here.
Yeah.
I did not expect that, honestly.
It's a pretty interesting choice, but if he feels confident that he plays enough Ice Climbers players, because there's two of him and only one of him.
See, in my opinion, though, the biggest issue with Ridley, which, I mean, granted, it's not particularly worse for Ice Climbers against everybody else, but Ridley's such a big target that having two different characters that can attack like that, to me, seems like a bit of a liability.
He's decided, I'm going to go on the other side of the map, and you're not going to stop me.
Man.
A lot
and
of
you're seeing
ice.
a lot of that. There was a lot of freezing that went on there, a lot of down B spam.
Anybody at home play a lot of Pokemon, you know that the dragon types is against ice.
Yes, that's true. They're trying so hard to get a ice kill off the side of the stage.
It's such a safeguard for that move, especially against Ridley.
Well, and that's the thing. Ridley needs space. Like, that's the thing about Ridley is he needs space to be able to get some combos going, and he's not able to do it here because he keeps running into that wall of ice. Whoa. Quite a stage spike. And you can tell Jahonen getting very frustrated here, not able to get anything going. Like I said, it's extremely important for Ridley to be able to get some advantage and stay in advantage, and he's really having trouble being able to get anything moving here. This, credit to the player from Illinois, just doing a really good job here.
Yep, I think John here is learning him a little bit.
Yeah, it's he's definitely starting to figure out the gameplay.
Might be a little late, but
hey, better late
than
than
never.
never.
Yeah,
There you go, getting one stock.
At least getting a stock.
At least bringing Faulkner within striking distance and fighting ice with fire there. Ooh, yeah.
And a lot of new experiences that we're having today.
For sure, and that is a very challenging matchup. Again, I don't know that I've ever seen an Ice Climbers player do that well.
I've never seen them play that competitive before.
Right, I mean, normally Ice Climbers is almost the joke character that no one plays.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but whenever I'm running randoms and somebody gets Ice Climbers, the first thing I goes, seriously, they gave me Ice Climbers?
Wow, okay, well.
But, I mean, it can be good. It can be effective, and that was a demonstration of that.
It's a lot of it's a lot of demonstration of putting actual practice into different characters that you wouldn't be considered meta.
Well, that's one of the reasons that Smash Bros is such a challenging game to get good at. Is you think about how big this roster is. It's not enough to know your character. You have to know every other character in the matchup with that. That's just very, very hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, it can be done, and we've got now Faulkner with 4 behind. Really would love to see them be able to do something here to be able to start mounting a comeback. They're going to have some players take off some starts here.
Yep.
Let's see.
We got one stock to take off of this player. I'm pretty sure that Illinois is wanting their other players to play. Showing that they start out with somebody different, so maybe that's the case here.
Yeah, so on the other side of the equation, it looks like we've got, let's see, that was Griffin, and then I'm not sure which of these players it is. That's one thing that's a little bit frustrating is that because of the way that Nintendo's online system works. One of the very frustrating things is that your name does not change based on who's playing, because it gives you one name that displays online as your username for your entire console.
Yep.
So no matter who's playing, you're getting the same name.
And
so because of that, we don't actually know which of the players, unless they mention it in the chat, we don't know which of those players is actually playing in Illinois, which, I mean, they're not doing anything wrong. They don't have to do this. But the University of Illinois has chosen not to give their usernames here, so because of that, we don't actually know who the other player is. We only know who our player is.
Yeah.
We know their character, but that's about all. So it looks like they're about to get started here, and the captain is going in, Samus. And I think Seth feels like he has a better matchup here, a more favorable matchup, which I would tend to agree. Samus has a lot more tools to keep Ice Climbers at bay and keep that annoying ice wall off of him. I would not consider Seth one of the better walling out Samuses. He likes to play a more aggressive Samus, but the thing is, it's not like he's unfamiliar with Samus's keep away game. And so I do think that it's a smart move here using Samus against Ice Climbers as opposed to Ridley.
Yeah, Seth probably having to get used to this. He had to watch that with Jahonen there for a moment, but I think it's something.
See, it is absolutely incredible how good this guy is at keeping the constant down B by switching between Nana and Popo. Like, that's just insane. I've never seen someone be able to do it that effectively.
Fight projectiles with projectiles. Oh no.
See, you can tell the
Yep.
difference there. Like, Seth's,
Yeah, Seth's dodged there, so it took his jump away. The mysterious underdog here. Well, wouldn't you expect an ice climber?
yeah, definitely
Yeah,
was
I
not
mean-
expecting Ice Climber to be the dark horse for this one. So what you're noticing there is normally when you use Ice Climber's attacks, there is that Nana and Popo do it at the same time. He's so good at the delay game that he can actually position himself to where Nana and Popo are actually alternating. And so
Keeping a
because-
constant stream of whatever they're doing.
right. Oh, and Seth actually misfires and shoots his charge shot into the wall instead of into the...
Some would call it skill. Some would call it.
Whoa! I don't even know
Wow.
what happened there.
No, so I believe that Nan actually did a down smash off stage and actually landed on Seth.
I didn't even understand what happened there. but that
It was almost
impressive.
like a chain combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. That what you just saw. That's
Oh,
exactly
that's
what happened.
That's what happened. Yeah. Okay. It was a little easier to see then. All right. So Seth just able to get behind and using the forward and uses the down spike. Poof. Thank goodness.
Maybe that make things a little bit easier for him.
All right. So Seth and Dman are left.
Yep.
So now just have to go through the next three fighters. A tall order,
Yep.
but by no means impossible. We have seen Seth go on a tear
We
where
have.
he took down 3 people by himself, so he can do it.
Really interesting. So I mean, that's what we're hoping for right now.
I think that was our second to last game last year,
Yeah.
where Seth just like went ham on somebody.
just had enough.
Yeah,
Some days you come home from a little bit of class, a little bit of work, and you just get on your game and you think to yourself, I'm not gonna let anything stop me today.
right. So, yeah, Seth has done that before.
Yeah.
He might be able to do it again. And it did seem like Ice Climbers just really threw a monkey wrench into
Oh
our
yeah,
game
something
plan.
we haven't seen before.
No, never played another Ice Climbers character in all the games that we played. Because if you look at last year, we had 2 seasons, so we've played 14 games now.
Yeah.
And Seth was in every single one of them, and that's not even counting our white team, which played another 14 games on top of that. So you're looking at 28 games there, and we've never seen an Ice Climbers player.
That's a
not
first.
once. So sometimes dealing with.
Who knows what you're gonna see at this point? You might see a Pikmin. You might see a
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky
you might
Bobby.
see a Dr. Mario for all we know.
Well, no, I've seen a Dr. Mario competitive player.
Okay.
And I've actually seen a competitive Olimar player. They're rare, but they do exist. But I've never seen a competitive Ice Climbers.
He's not a doctor yet.
No.
But he is sure Mario.
You've brought amateur Mario, like working class stiff Mario.
Yep, that's him.
All right, so Samus going to fall with style here, and the taunts are in.
Yep.
And we are underway. So this is a matchup that Seth knows much better than the Ice Climbers one. And we're seeing him really make more strides here than he was in the previous one. Good forward air there. Tries to screw attack up out of shield. Good move, but unfortunately misses the mark. Going to use his infinite recovery with bomb. Mario trying to counter that with Flood, but not able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Flood's an interesting choice.
It would be really good if Seth could do something about this Mario to take off a couple stocks or even get rid of the Mario completely. But that's going to be tough with just one stock to work with.
Yeah, this Mario playing a lot more defensively than the Ice Climbers has been.
Oh, for sure.
So it's a whole new play style you got to get used to.
And that's another thing, too. You making those adjustments does take a second into the... You may have to fight them for a little bit before you've adjusted your play speed.
Yeah. This Mario is ready.
Whoa, Mario back air.
Man.
Rough win for the captain there.
A lot of lessons we're learning today.
For sure, for sure. All right, so now it is all up to Dman.
Yep.
And Illinois decides to ban Final Destination, Kalos, and Smashville. So we'll see where we go from here. D-Man, I know, does like Final Destination.
Yeah.
So banning that could hurt him a little bit. I don't know which other stages he tends to favor.
Yeah.
I think he likes Kalos, so it being gone too might be a problem for him as well. He might not even play Pit. Like, he does have subs that he might choose to go for. I would go with Pit at this point.
Yeah.
Because I actually
pretty
think
interesting.
I actually think Pitt's a good matchup for Mario.
Yeah.
Has a lot of options, has really good recovery. He's small enough that he doesn't get ladder comboed quite as easily as some of the bigger players, so I would actually probably think that he would go with Pitt.
Yeah.
But we will see.
As comfortable as he is with them.
Right. I do think that that's the one that, yep, it looks like he's going to be picking Pitt, so we're going to see some Pitt gameplay. Pitt versus Mario, what do you like about that matchup?
I don't think I've ever really see a lot of Pitt Mario matchups a lot, so this is going to be pretty interesting.
Well, I think that of the two of them, Pitt definitely has the range advantage. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
So he played a much more defensive Mario than I'm accustomed to seeing. So if he wants to play the defensive game, I think Pitt's going to be able to outlast him, just being able to pepper him with arrows and then sneak in when he wants to get some of those high damage kills. So I actually think this is a good matchup for them. Okay, so they're going in.
I hope a lot of people at home also notice that there's a timer on the top right corner there, because we only have 10 minutes. And the thing about this crew battle, isn't it whoever has the most stock at the end of the time actually keeps it?
I believe so. But we've honestly never run into that, so I'm not real clear on the rules.
Yeah. But for most crew battles that I've seen, it tended to be that way.
Right.
Which seemed a little bit more confusing for a lot of players, but and some players actually exploit that time.
I was about to say you could basically play keep away for 10 minutes and keep more stocks that way, which to me is kind of a lame way to win a fight.
It really is. There's a lot of Sonic players that'll go out there and do that too.
100%. 100% Sonic players will do that to you. They'll take one stock and then just play keep away for the next 10 minutes.
Yep.
It's very annoying.
Ooh, Mario getting a little bit more aggressive. I'm guessing because he knows he's going against Pitt.
Yeah, I do think that adjustment was probably due to the circumstances. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Or as I used to say on my old talk show, I could be wrong, but I'm not. Oh, catches him just with the tail end of that. So Pitt actually went for shield instead of Orbitar, which kind of surprised me there. Just lets him die.
Didn't have a recovery.
Yeah, I think D-Man thought about, because he could definitely, because he's so good at aiming those arrows, he definitely could have aimed the arrow and gotten him, but that would have actually saved him.
I'm guessing what that was what that Mario hoped for.
Oh, wow.
No, the
Uses
reversal
the cape to reverse him.
Away from the stage. That is interesting. I'm guessing this Mario has played against a good bit of Pits.
Yeah, I am not at all surprised that Mario could alter your course at the very beginning of your move, but honestly, I didn't know that he could change that in the middle of the move. That I genuinely did not know that game mechanic existed, which is surprising to me because I've seen just about everything.
Get to see something new every day.
I guess so. And uses Flood to push him off stage there. Man, this Mario is really good at those unexpected, quirky stage pushes. First with the cape, then with Flood. All right, forces Pitcher. Oh, was that down tilt, I think?
Oh, he
wow.
Sacrificed himself.
That was bizarre.
I'm guessing there was something wrong there, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he got the stock count wrong. That's the only thing I can.
Maybe, yeah.
But if Darrien can make him pay for it here and actually take this last stock, man.
Ooh, a little bit left.
No, holds Orbitar too long.
Man.
Then as soon as he comes out of it, the Mario's able to make him pay for it. Good effort by Darrien.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent match, but you hate to see Faulkner go down with like that. So that brings Faulkner down. Faulkner actually loses this match 2-1.
Yep.
So unfortunately, that's going to be it for us for the Eagles. Overall, I think that this was a good first game for the Eagles. They got to see a lot of quirky things they're not accustomed to. And so not only do you get the advantage of with these young players sort of getting those pregame jitters out, but more importantly, or maybe just as important, but if not more important, they got to see some off-the-wall different things that they're probably not used to.
Yeah.
And so having that in their first game to where it's out there and now that they've seen it, I think is going to be go a long way in preparing them for future matchups.
Awesome. Yeah, that was pretty interesting for them to experience that. That's because there's a lot of new players here. Even I know Seth knows how this goes, but a lot of them probably were watching him, probably seeing how he performed at the last bit there. Except Dman, because I know he finished off. But a lot of these new players just need to get accustomed to this, and I think a sense of leadership here from Seth will probably help them.
For sure. And one thing that I will say that I noticed about this team that I haven't seen as much in other teams is this team was excellent at jump stealing. Did you notice that? Like they were really good at doing things that made the other player not realize that they were missing a jump.
Yeah.
And so they did that, and that was a big factor in this game. But anyway, so that's going to wrap that particular part of the broadcast up. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be back in just a minute with the post-game show.
Did you know that 100% of Faulkner's computer science graduates
since 2014 have found jobs
in their fields within 6 months of graduating?
It's a great time to be a computer scientist. Everyone is walking around with a computer in their pocket in the form of a smartphone, and it takes software developers to make those things work.
I built church websites, and through the training and instruction that I received from Faulkner, I was able to go right into my career after graduation.
It laid a solid foundation for what you need to know.
I'm getting a lot of hands-on experience within my field, and also they're just giving me a wide variety of options of things that I might want to pursue in the future.
In the state of Alabama alone, there are over 4,000 tech-related jobs available. And the preparation that you receive at Faulkner University will allow you to go to work almost anywhere as a software developer. It's a great time to be a Faulkner Eagle, and it's a great time to be a computer scientist. I hope you'll come and join us.
Bless the corners of this house and be the lintel blessed. Bless the hearth and every board and each place of rest, and every door that opens wide to stranger as to kin, and every crystal window pane that lets the starlight in. At home, I'm going home for solace and safety, home where the world will not break me, home. Never forsake me, take me home.
And welcome back, all. Thank you so much for being with us here. We're here in the post-game show with Joshua Chalchi, Moniker.
Yes, sir.
And I got to tell you, Josh, I was extremely impressed with the Rob at the beginning, who did a really, really good job of pressuring even our better, more veteran players. And so I wanted to ask you, as a Rob main yourself, what were some of the things that were going on there that we might not have caught that he was doing to really get the better of both Jahonen and Skerge?
Well, the main thing he really did was he just knew a whole bunch of starting combos and how to continue the combos. The one thing that I got caught up in was having to play against the same character. It really threw me off a little bit because I was facing a mimic pretty much.
Those Ditto matchups can be tough. I don't do well against Young Links.
If you guys saw the part where I was under stage, I got confused and I thought I was the other one, and I completely biffed that one right there. But he was a really good player. He was able to do a 0 to death combo, which is one of Rob's specialties. He's able to pick up his little top and drop it, spin, drop it again, and then spin to the side and then kill you pretty much instantly.
Yep. If you do get caught on that, it's very difficult to escape, especially if you're a larger character.
Oh, 100%.
So, yeah, absolutely. I can see that. So when it came to your second round, what was the logic behind going with Little Mac? Why did you switch up in that one?
So the reason I switched up is because no one in competitive plays Little Mac. And my idea was behind that is that if no one plays Little Mac, no one knows how to counter Little Mac. And to my benefit, he didn't know how to counter Little Mac. I just died twice to myself, which is a little unfortunate. But I was able to take off another stock than I did, and maybe even all three of them. I think I could have done it, and I think it would have really benefited the team. I think we probably could have won that one if I had done that.
Yeah, honestly, having the pocket Little Mac is by no means a bad pocket sub to have. Didn't wind up working out as effectively as we wanted, but I mean, you were still showing out there for a little bit. I do think they started picking up on your patterns some, but like you were really doing well at the beginning.
Yeah, after I got done that match, my teammate's like, "You gotta stop with that charge." I was like, "Yeah, I was using that a little bit too much. I use it as a fear factor kind of thing. If you see a charge and they're on the edge, they get really scared and they tend to either stay off edge or do some kind of different strategy."
You know, Smash Brothers players do tend to underestimate that fear factor, because I know one thing that's very big for Adult Link players, for example, is they'll just sort of leave Remote Bomb around. And the thing is, Remote Bomb has a decent amount of knockback, but it doesn't do that much damage, yet people act like it's going to kill them if they get near it. And so people can use things like that as stage control. So yeah, balancing your expectation of risk with the other player is actually really important. And so being able to do that with Little Mac and being able to try to scare people into not going here or there, get on the same plane with you, that can be a real problem. But one other thing I wanted to ask about is, this is your first game as an Eagle. What was your experience? What's your takeaway that you're going to try to learn and grow from this one?
The experience was really good. I love playing with the guys. The guys are really good. And I think we're gonna have a really good season this year. We start off a little bit bumpy, but the opponents were really good too. And that's one of the things that we don't really talk about, like the other team being that good. They were really good.
It was a good team.
But yeah, I definitely think that we can do better next time. I think we definitely have a learning curve to kind of go up, you know.
For sure. But very much expect great things. This is the most talented Smash Bros team we've had here at Faulkner. I know that we have not had a ton of seasons, but you know, we are in season 3. But very talented Smash team. I think just sort of getting this growing pains out of this very young freshman team is going to be good for us, and I expect us to do a lot in the future. So thank you so much for being with us, Josh. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here for just a second. In just a second. Do want to let you know that our next broadcast is going to be on Monday, September the 25th, and that is going to be Rocket League. We are playing the PUI Jaguars. So this is the longest college name I've ever seen in my life. You guys have to come up with a better acronym. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is the Indiana University, Purdue University at Indianapolis Jaguars.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, you've got to shorten that up, guys. I'm saying it as a friend. In a friendly way, you guys have to come up with a shorter name for your university.
100%.
But anyway, we do look forward to playing them, and that'll be a good match for them as well. The next Smash game that we have is going to be back here at Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel, on Thursday, September the 28th, and that is going to be our team against Benedictine University. And we'll also have a white team match that we have not had announced yet. The schedule's dropped tomorrow. So next week we're going to have 2 Smash matches, blue and white, and we'll try to bring both of those to you at least as much as we can. So that's going to be it. Our final score tonight was Illinois at Urbana-Champaign 2, Faulkner 0. We fall to them tonight, and we'll have the final scores out, the more detailed scores here right after the game is over. So that's going to be it for me. A special thanks to my broadcast partner, Super Dish, Brandon Dishman. Special thanks to Josh for coming and doing his first interview as an Eagle. And, of course, to our production staff, Liz Anderson, who's been working behind the scenes, pressing all the right buttons and making sure we don't look awful on camera. So special thanks to her on that one as well. That's going to be it for us this evening. We'll see you next time. Stay the course, friends.
The preceding broadcast was an official presentation of Faulkner University. It may not be redistributed without the express written consent of the Faulkner University Athletic Department. Regitar USA High-Res Arena is sponsored by Regitar USA. The national anthem was performed by the Faulkner University Chorus. If you would like to learn more about the Faulkner Esports program, visit our official website at faulknereagles.com or follow us on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram for all the latest news and events. Thank you for watching, and soar Eagles!